This is great. Get the hell away from your apartment or home or office and just fly some drones. Here we go. Whenever you fly through mountains like this, always be cautious of power lines. They're always hiding around there. See that? Power lines. Kenny and Jesse was cruising by on the Mazda. He immediately spotted it and said, is that the Mavic 2? Never flown a drone yet though, right?
Right.
So let's see if we can convince Kenny that this is the drone for him. The camera is made by Hasselblad.
Oh, wow. In and down.
Yep, and then let go. There we go. Forward is up, yep. Great, and then go ahead and let go.
I'm amazed at how stable that thing is.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you said this is your first time ever flying a drone, right?
Never flown anything. I honestly thought it would be a lot more difficult. If I buy one of these things, I'm going to be driving 1,000 miles just to fly it because it's so much fun.
So you can pick this up right now with one battery and basic flight, everything you need to fly.
Yeah.
You just need to have your phone connect to it, install the app, which is free. It's $14.49 right now.
Shoot, I pay more than that for lenses.
Yeah.
What about the props? Are they pretty durable?
They're replaceable. Are you going to be purchasing one?
He will buy two. One for me, one for him.
Now I'm going to enter a smart mode here.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit that remote and see how it says active track right there. Now go ahead and tap on one of us.
Okay. Oh, that is just amazing.
Right? And you're not doing anything, right?
Nope. Not touching anything.
Pretty impressive, right?
Absolutely.
Very.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it into sport mode now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And this mode, it doesn't have any sensors active. So at this point, you can crash it into anything.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But the way he had it before.
But you can just take off on this thing.
Oh my God.
If
Pro?
I buy a drone, it will definitely be a Mavic 2. Unless the Mavic 3 comes out, which...
I'm gonna buy one as soon as I get home. I got my checking account ready.
And we're back. How cool were those guys, huh? Two retired homies just shredding it up on the twisties, getting into photography, keeping up with new tech. I mean, I hope I'm that cool when I'm retired. But you get the point, right? Even though that this Mavic 2 Pro is a very sophisticated, advanced piece of technology, if you've never flown a drone before, you shouldn't be too intimidated to have this as your first. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I think it just literally takes everything that is good from all their drones right now and just puts it into one. And before we get too far into this, two things. One, I am giving away my original Mavic Pro, so stay tuned till the end. And two, I'm not sponsored by DJI, so I'm literally allowed to say whatever I want. I paid my own money for the drone, so I have no incentive to just say only nice things. But this might come off as a biased video because there's very little wrong with this drone. The next big question that everybody is asking right now is, should I get the Zoom or the Pro version? And the Pro version has that big, nice 1-inch sensor Hasselblad. It's gonna give you the best image quality. And then on the other hand, you have the Zoom, not as good of a sensor, but you have that Zoom. Which one should you get? I was kind of hesitant on which one I should get, but now I am very, very glad I went for the Pro. The 1-inch sensor is just awesome in image quality, night and day difference from the original Mavic. And at the same time, when you're filming in 4K, you can choose between a wide angle or tighter angle. So it's almost like you have two separate prime lenses. You kind of can pick if you want that wide angle for big, wide, grand shots, or if you're kind of trying to focus in on something, or if you want a little more parallax. And of course, one of the big draws of the Zoom is you could do that zoom dolly effect, right? I was thinking, ooh, that'd be kind of cool to play with, but remember, that thing is like a specialty shot. You don't want to overdo it, okay? You could make people sick if you just constantly do that over and over. So it's not something you want to do all the time, and you could also kind of fake it with this Mavic Pro. All you do is just fly it towards the subject or fly it away, and then in post-production, just scale it in as it goes away, or vice versa. It's a digital zoom. Resolution's not going to be as good, but you're filming in 4K, so you can still do it to the point where you're like, oh, this is cool. I still feel like I'm part of the party.
So near Los Angeles, there's not that many places where you can legally fly drones, but I found a little pocket about an hour from my place, and holy crap, look at this. What a gold mine. Now this is awesome. Totally worth the drive. I'm loving this remote. It's really small. You can fit it into any small pocket on your backpack. The little knobbies stash inside of here, so you can tuck it away. On the original Mavic, they weren't removable, so that was kind of a pain. So this is a very minor complaint. There's a micro SD card that goes right into here, and I closed that up and it looks identical to this thing over here, which is something completely different. The only thing is they look exactly the same, so I keep opening the wrong one. But easy fix, I'll just take a Sharpie and I'll just mark this one so I know which one the SD card is in. Or you could just not be an idiot and just remember it's on this side, but I keep forgetting. So I'm gonna mark it. And also, I love the fact that they give you a teeny bit of internal memory in this drone. I mean, these things are small and kind of easy to leave it behind, especially if you're in a rush. And oh my God, if you get to an awesome location, you're like, okay, this is gonna be the shot. You launch the Mavic and then you're like, wait, no memory. You probably don't think you need it, huh? You probably think you're smart enough to remember the memory card. Just wait till you use it. You'll be like, thank God. Now, in terms of how loud this drone is, I didn't really measure the decibel levels or anything, but in general, it's still pretty loud, especially when you put it into sport mode. It's like, zoom. Of course, you have your lens cover. Legs just open right up. Now, opposed to the previous Mavic, this camera is bigger and lower to the ground. So when you're out in places like this where there's grass or rocks, it becomes a little bit trickier to take off. So I do a lot of hand launches and hand catches. Just be super, super careful because these blades are really low, so it's very easy to try to grab this thing and have it cut your hand. Actually, you know what? I don't recommend anybody do it. I don't think you're supposed to. Just find yourself a nice even platform to launch on. Don't do what I'm doing. If you do it and you cut your hand, not my fault. But let's just say hypothetically you were to do it. Don't just grab it or else it's gonna be like, oh my God, something's wrong, and it's gonna try to fly out of your hand. What you wanna do is put your hand underneath so the sensors know that there's something there and then have it land on your hand. And definitely watch those fingers. Now, one of the features that I absolutely love, you can keep the drone flying in the same direction and you can press and hold the screen, just like I am right here, and you could turn it in a direction. And the drone isn't turning. Just the camera is. So that is an awesome feature. This is a feature that was in the Inspire Pro series that I really, really love. And I'm so glad that they put it into here. You have to worry about the propellers getting in the shot, but it's such an awesome feature because let's say you have a car and you're trying to get a shot of it from the side. It's much easier to take that drone and fly parallel to it because all you have to do is just go straight. And then you could just use this feature to aim the camera at the car. Another cool thing about this remote is that there's a position mode, which is probably where you're gonna be most of the time. Sport mode, where it goes a lot faster, but be careful because all those sensors turned off. And then tripod mode, which is like super smooth, like slow shots. Perfect for when you want all that control. So it's pretty cool that they put it right here on the side. I also noticed that the connection between the drone and the controller has gotten stronger. I can fly it out further before it starts giving me issues about the antenna or whatever. If you ever lose connection with this Mavic, don't worry because the drone will automatically turn around and fly back towards its home position until it gets back in reach with your controller. So it's not a big deal. My first drone ever didn't have that. As soon as you lost reception, that thing was gone. So whew. Got a fresh new battery and we're gonna just let it hover and see how long it can stay up off the ground. So here we go. I almost want to just like walk away because I've been staring at this thing for 10 minutes. I'm so unamused right now. It just slowly drift sometimes. So I know as soon as I walk away, it's gonna drift and hit something. So I gotta keep my eyes on it. Longest 30 minutes of my life. The other day I was letting this thing hover around inside of here and I hit it into the wall because I had the accident avoid system on. It actually worked against me this time. See, there's a bunch of stuff in every direction. So it won't let me go back or forward right now because it's locked. It says there's stuff all around me. I can't really move toward that direction. So what happened was that it started drifting forward. So I tried to pull it back and I couldn't because I was too close to it. So it literally would not let me fly backwards away from the wall and it just went straight into the walls. That's how you go through your first set of propellers. So something to keep in mind if you're flying in a tiny little apartment like this. How much longer is this gonna take? The battery's only like halfway dead. Starting to go into low battery mode. Let's see how long we can hover it for. About 19 minutes, this thing started beeping on me. Yeah, critically low power. It just tried to land itself, I canceled it. It's not gonna crash, is it? Like when it dies out of battery, does it just like bloop? Okay, it just says 0. I'm just gonna land it. 25 minutes. So DJI says their battery can last up to 31 minutes, but in a hover with no wind, it lasted me about 19 minutes. It started beeping, and then 25 minutes was when it was like, okay, seriously, put me down. For this next flight, I went to sport mode, pedal to the metal, and it started beeping at me at 12 minutes, and total flight was 15 minutes. And to fully charge the dead battery, it usually takes me about an hour and a half with the included charger. Now, the Mavic 2 Pro is loaded with smart features, but let's go over the basics. Active track. Already made an entire video about it, so not gonna go too into depth, but you have trace mode, which is where it'll follow you. You can also slide it to the left or right, so it'll rotate around you. Profile will maintain a particular angle, obviously perfect for profile shots. And Spotlight keeps the subject center while you can maneuver the drone. The new time-lapse mode seems pretty awesome, but it's definitely not perfect. I haven't been able to get a great one yet, but I'm sure if I play with it a little bit more, you can get some pretty awesome results. Might make a video on this in the future. I really like the feature of point of interest because you can select a spot, it'll measure exactly how far it is and do a perfect rotation around the subject. For example, right now I selected the lighthouse and it calculated the distance from the lighthouse to the drone. And this is gonna do a nice perfect circle all the way around. It's awesome. Right now the drone is circling carry. Now I could take the speed and I could ramp that up. So let's try going faster, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna take that and let's crank it up. Whoa, that's pretty awesome. Radius. So I can take the radius and I can back it off so it flies further out. This is a pretty difficult shot to perfect, but it's doing it no problem.
There's also tap to fly, where you tap the screen on where you want the drone to go and it'll fly over to there. I wouldn't really ever use it. I don't know why you wouldn't just kind of do this. There's also cinematic mode, so you're flying straight and you let go, then it's gonna go, but in cinematic mode, it's gonna hover for a little bit longer and then slow down, so you don't get any like super jerky motions on the drone. But be careful on this mode, because let's say you're flying really, really fast and you let go of that joystick, the drone's just gonna keep on flying, so just be cautious of your stopping distance. I feel like in cinematic mode, they should have taken this wheel right here and lowered the sensitivity of it. This is what adjusts your tilt on the camera. You'll be flying really smooth, getting this awesome cinematic shot, and you'll be like, oh, I just need to tilt down the camera a little bit. You just lightly touch it. It'll just be like, shot ruined. So one of the first things I did was went into the advanced settings, took that gimbal controller, and just lowered that tilt sensitivity way down. And ever since I did that, I was able to get much smoother control with this wheel. And it does take a while to look down and up, but that's why this button back here is programmed by default to just either look quickly straight up or straight down. Next are quick shots. They're as simple as they get. You pick out what kind of shot you want and it'll get it. But here's the issue, is that it actually switches to 30 frames per second. I didn't even realize it until I threw it into my 24 frames per second timeline and realized it looked choppy. Because when you do that, for every 4 frames that play, it skips a frame. Currently, I think that's my biggest complaint about this drone. I mean, seriously, why couldn't they just let you shoot this at 24? It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe this will be fixed in a future firmware update, so I'll put it in the description if they update it. But with all that being said, QuickShot does have a couple of interesting shots, so let's go over them.
Some of these quick shots are awesome, like Helix right here. We'll do this one. It starts the motion. Look at that. It's perfect. It's a perfect flight. I mean, again, I'm keeping a clear eye on where the drone is flying, and right now there's nothing around. So times like this, I mean, this is a perfect flight. I mean, look at that smoothness. It'd take a really skilled operator to pull off this Helix shot. Woo! All right, so that's Helix. That's one of my favorites. Boomerang's also really cool. I like how it doesn't keep her completely in the center the whole time. It kind of drops her down low into the center. So what's cool about that is it's like a full circle. It comes back to the same spot it took off from. So you can loop that thing, you could reverse it, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. Rocket's cool, it goes straight up and down. Okay, what is Asteroid? I honestly have no idea. Let's find out. It kind of does this curve motion upwards, and then it flies up to the top and it scans it.
Whoa.
What?
That's really cool.
What was that? So it's kind of gimmicky, but it's pretty interesting. It's pretty funky. I like it.
And if you're flying on the standard positioning mode, you'll see on the bottom left that there's this APAS or APAS button that enables drones to steer around objects. For example, this is what happens if I try to take the drone and fly it straight into my own face. It just slams on the brake, but let's turn it on for a second. Now let's talk about this camera for a second. Again, it is a huge improvement over the previous Mavic Pro. Better quality, better 10-bit color, better dynamic range, just all across better. You could shoot up to 30 frames per second in 4K, so you can't really get much slow motion in 4K, but you could always drop down that resolution, get 60 frames per second. Super slow motion, lower resolution, not that perfect and beautiful, but you have it. And low light on this thing, oh my God, such a huge improvement. I can't fly this around downtown Los Angeles, but I just took it, turned it on, and I started recording, stuck this out the window of my car, and man, it looked really impressive. If I was legally allowed to fly this at night, I would be getting such awesome shots out of this camera. So 3200 ISO, f2.8 at 1/50th of a shutter. Again, this is like almost like DSLR quality out of this little drone camera. Out of the box, it comes default with the normal picture profile with H.264, which is kind of the standard default codec for most of these like DSLRs and Mavics and drones. But if you want to access maximum colors and do your own color grading, then you have 2 flat picture profiles to choose from, but you do have to go up to the H.265 codec. These aren't really bigger in file size, but the difference is that they're all lot more compressed. So when you load it into your computer, just be prepared for the computer to work a lot harder to uncompress those files and read it. I'm working off the top of the line MacBook Pro right now, and even this has issues playing it back smoothly. I think if I'm gonna be doing professional jobs, I'm gonna put it on that mode, but otherwise, I'm probably gonna stick to H.264 because it's a lot easier on the computer.
So quick detour, I just announced the giveaway winners, and one of the addresses I got back was right down the street from me. So I was like, dude, let me just hand it off to you. It's always really cool to meet some of you guys in person.
What are you about to do with this camera?
About to shoot some epic B-roll for my photo shoots.
Right on, dude.
Quick test flight. It's noon right now, very bright right now. So even at f11, at a ISO 100, I'm still gonna need to boost this shutter a little bit, or else it's gonna be a little bit too high. I'm waiting on getting some Polar Pro ND filters, especially when you're flying. You don't have like a lens hood on these, so you're gonna deal with a lot of glares if you get some crappy ones. So I trust Polar Pro. I didn't get paid to say that, by the way, although I wish I did.
So let's say you're looking at the Mavic 2 Pro and you've never flown before, this would be the one I would recommend. Now, what if you had the original Mavic, like I did? When it starts to get a little bit cloudy or a little bit shady, I noticed that the Mavic just like, but the Mavic 2 Pro looks amazing. Even if it's like getting a little bit dark, it still keeps all those details, and the dynamic range makes it good, so you can still see the sunset and still things in the dark shadowy areas at the same time. It's great. It's just trust me, it's a good camera. Aside from the Mavic Pro, if we look at the lineup, the closest thing is probably the Phantom 4 Pro. Also 1-inch sensor. I've never flown it before, so let's give Chris Rollins a little call. Chris Rollins, come in, please.
Yes, Gene, hi, I'm hearing you.
How's the weather over there in Tyler, Texas?
Well, Gene, the monsoon moved in today. My garage is flooded and I've drowned out 2 cars.
Wow, that sounds terrible. Here in Los Angeles, the weather is absolutely fantastic. It's like high 70s, low 80s, just like it was yesterday, just like it was a month ago, just like it was 6 months ago. The weather is just fantastic over here. It's great. It's nice and sunny. I went out to get a tan, can go fly drones. I flew drones yesterday too. I'll probably fly drones again tomorrow. It's great.
You're breaking up, Gene. I've stopped listening. I love this drone so much more than the Phantom 4 Pro because this is a better flying machine.
Now, I've heard some people say that the Phantom 4 actually flies more stable because it's bigger and heavier, but do you have a different experience?
The Phantom 4 Pro is very stable, but its profile is much bigger in the wind. You're gonna be blown around a lot more with the Phantom 4 than with the low profile that you get on the Mavic. Immediately, I don't feel as confident with the Phantom.
That makes sense to me because the Inspire 1 Pro had so much surface area that whenever a gust of wind would come by, it would just be like, "Ugh!"
On top of that, like, it was so freaking heavy that like when you would come in it like really fast, it took a lot of space for it to slow down.
Right, so you're saying the Mavic has a much better braking distance. And it's true, I've noticed that it stops on a dime. You could go full speed and just...
It flares. It looks so cool. It's like, I actually like the camera on the Mavic 2 better. This is an 8-bit camera at 4K, which is fantastic. However, this is a 10-bit camera with a 1-inch sensor at 4K, which is just ridiculous. As a filmmaker, to me, that's huge. I mean, you're talking about at 8-bit, you've got 16 million colors. At 10-bit, you're looking at 1 billion colors. The Mavic 2 wins hands down for me. I flew down to Honduras and I drug this down there. Getting this huge thing through customs, it was really hard to convince them that I wasn't doing professional work. This, on the other hand, is very easy to convince somebody that doesn't understand drones that I'm just a hobbyist. This isn't real.
Just that little difference of being able to take off the knobs off the controller and fold that drone in. I mean, you could fit that thing in a really tight pocket. Like, you could put it in a backpack and it'll barely take up space in that backpack. You can still have space for all this other gear in that one bag. But opposed to like the Phantom, where if you bring that Phantom with you, it's probably gonna be the primary thing you're bringing, and then you could probably add a couple of other things if you want. But
one of my sponsors is Polar Pro, and they make a dedicated backpack. It's huge, and this thing eats up all the real estate that you've got. Or if you put it in a case, the case is a big Pelican case that's, you know, enormous, versus I can literally throw this in any bag, and the way it's designed, it's already self-protected, so it's just a lot more worry-free for me.
Do you have any complaints about the Mavic 2 Pro?
This stupid gimbal cover pisses me off.
Mine, I'm getting scratches on the top of this camera. Are you
Yes.
Is that from this case? Because I've never like...
Yeah, that's from this case. This case is what's causing these scratches on the top of the camera, and it's almost like they need to put like a little piece of felt on the top. Look at this thing, Gene. Look right here. There should be scratches on the bottom side of it.
Mine has scratches on the top of this.
Yeah, look at this.
It's weird because I'm very gentle putting this case on every time, and I'm surprised that it's scratching the top. And it almost looks like deep scratches too. It doesn't look like just little scuffs. It looks like actual scratches on the top of the camera. I mean, obviously that doesn't really affect the performance of the drone, but it's just a little bit weird that this case is scratching up the camera.
Stay right there, stay. Nope.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I did a good one. Oh, nope.
Bam. All right, well, thanks for being in the video, Chris. You've been super helpful.
Yeah, man, anytime. Thanks for having me. And guys, if you want to see any more Mavic 2 videos, you can go check them out on my channel at youtube.com/.
Okay, that's enough. Thanks, Chris. Time's up. I was planning on selling my original Mavic to put money towards this, but since Skillshare is sponsoring this message, I can afford to just give it out to one of you guys. So sweet. So let's try this. I'm going to use the active track on the Mavic 2 to film this little segment. And of course, the Mavic does not record any sound, so I'm going to be using this microphone and I'm going to sync it up to this camera. People have crashed on active track, so again, don't purely trust it. This will crash into a power line in a split second. Here, the only thing I need to worry about is this massive mountain, which I'm pretty sure that this will see. So let's try this out real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna engage active track mode. All right, there I am. I got that green dot on me. What's up, green dot? Here we go. Dude. All right, so I'm gonna actually fly this one in. Let's do profile mode. I'm not gonna touch this controller from here on out. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about Skillshare. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous because this drone is just flying itself. Skillshare is an online community with a bunch of people teaching you cool stuff. Like if you want to learn about how to fly drones and take classes, use the link in the description. You literally watch as many videos as you humanly can during that time span of your free trial. Oh man, I wish I could see more ocean. I think I need to get closer to the water here. Oh God, it's wet. I might slip. I'm gonna bring it in a little bit lower. I'm gonna swing it around a little bit. Please don't hit that rock behind you. We're gonna keep on flying. Hopefully the drone does not crash into that wall. But yeah, Skillshare. If you like learning cool stuff about photography, drones, any of that cool stuff, you can learn all that stuff over at Skillshare. Do a free trial. Sorry, this is beeping. There's sensors going off, but at least it's beeping, so I know that it's not gonna crash into it. So that's good. Wow, I've never been so nervous trying to do a Skillshare sponsored segment. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swing it around. I'm gonna change this angle a little bit now. Let's try this angle. We're going for some backlighting now. I'm gonna switch to full FOV. Boom, wide angle. There we go. We're kind of in a tight little squeeze, so wide angle coming through. It's like having a free camera operator right now. Man, this is like very romantic looking. I feel like I should be talking about life is beautiful. You just need to learn how to love yourself, just like I do. Whoa, These rocks are not that easy to like go across. There's these big old waves coming up on me. But anyways, yeah, so Skillshare, go there, use my link. Sign up, learn a bunch of cool stuff about drones, photography, video, whatever you want to learn, man. I bet you there's a course on it. You could just have a ton of different skills, all from Skillshare, and chicks will love you for it. But yeah, Skillshare, they're awesome. Freaking go sign up with my link. Now let's talk about the Mavic 1 Pro real quick. It's my personal one that I was planning on selling to get this one, but one of you guys get to have it, man. When you have good lighting, it is an awesome drone. You can still get some really awesome shots with it. So hopefully one of you guys will take it and get some epic footage with it. If you want to enter to win, all you got to do is leave a comment, be a subscriber, and follow me on Instagram. Good luck. I can't wait to announce the winner in 3 weeks. Should I stand right here? Am I gonna slip? Oh gosh, no. See you guys later. I bet I could lose this. Ah. It's after me. Do I look like an idiot just like running with like terrible balance? Okay, think I could lose it? Think I could lose it? These rocks are too big, man. There's no point. That thing's on me.